morning, guys. Welcome to the vlog. It is Friday night for me, my first night doing nights. Let's see how it goes. It's 6:49 right now, heading to the hospital. I start at 7, running a bit late, but meh. Okay, night shift is lively. I didn't even realize like how intense it would be because I'm covering 3 floors of patients. One patient needed an ABG done right here. Have to actually walk it down to the lab. You can't just send it. We'll talk about ABG later. Okay, that's done. ABG stands for arterial blood gas. We're checking how much CO2 is in her blood. So she has COPD and really struggling to breathe. So we want to see if she's retaining carbon dioxide in her lungs, which would make it really hard to breathe. I'm not sure if I mentioned earlier that she has COPD, but we just checked the x-ray. She doesn't have COPD. And then the granddaughter told us she doesn't have a history of COPD. So I don't know who told her that, to be honest. Her heart is restricted, and that's what's causing her to have a hard time breathing. I had another patient when we walked in. The nurse told us he just started bleeding from his rectum, like randomly when she came in to check on him. I don't know exactly when the bleeding started, but he has a history of rectal cancer, so we're not exactly surprised by that. I had another patient when we walked in. The nurse told us he just started bleeding from his rectum, like randomly when she came in to check on him. I don't know exactly when the bleeding started, but he has a history of rectal cancer, so we're not exactly surprised by that. Okay, next up, I had a patient who, for reasons I'm not gonna say, was in an isolation room, so we had to fully gown up, put on the mask, put a gown on, put the gloves on, and all I had to go in there to do was draw blood. And then de-gown, de-glove, de-mask, wash your hands, get out. Ooh, already tired. Like, it's midnight. So it's gonna be a real 7 days. Okay, back to the first patient. We did the ABG on her. Maybe I'll label the patients as I vlog about them, but we just had to do blood cultures. We're trying to figure out what is going on with her. She spiked a fever since the last time I vlogged, 102. But when I rechecked it, it was 100.8, so I don't really know, but we're getting cultures done, pan culture, so that's sputum, urine, blood. I got the blood, which was awesome because she's a very hard stick, and I got it twice, so that was awesome. I started off being like, oh, okay, I'm good. I slept for not as long as I should have the afternoon before this shift. Completely my mistake, and I'll take that L. Now it's 3:29. I'm feeling it. I'm feeling it. I'm very tired. I haven't sat for a very long time, or sat comfortably for a very long time. My back hurts because I'm like bending over patient beds. I need to work out my back clearly. Holy crap! What a way to end the morning. A patient came into the emergency department in sickle cell crisis. If you don't know what that means, your red blood cells are supposed to be circular and hers are sickle shaped. So the blood is not flowing through the vessels in her body correctly. They clot up, and when they get stuck, they cause pain. So she's in severe pain. People who have sickle cell and go through sickle cell crises have a very high tolerance for pain. So when she describes something as 11 out of 10, it's severe. For a regular person, that's like 20 out of 10. So she came in really anxious at first, not really like yelling and, oh, it's raining. Not really yelling or anything. Oh, it's so cold. But we put a midline in, which she didn't even flinch for. Like, no anesthetic, nothing. Like, she can handle pain like crazy. Drew some blood on it, but I didn't get a full history. Like, there was a miscommunication between, well, I thought that I'd take the history. I thought that was my job as the student, but the head resident was doing that. Anyway, the reason I'm mentioning this is because I didn't know certain things about her. Like, she also has lupus, and she's in iron overload. And if you don't know, for sickle cell, one of the treatments that we do is a blood transfusion, but she has iron overload. Blood transfusions have iron in it. You don't want to add more iron to someone who already has iron overload. This rain is real right now. So we admit her, she's up on the floor. I go up to check on her, or I go up to do iron studies on her to see what iron overload we're really dealing with here. And she is banging on the walls, yelling, screaming, out in the hallway, IV, like carrier thing up on behind her. So I go to the room, I try to explain that we're getting her the meds that she needs. She just gotta like calm down. It's not like I just have it in my pocket. Eventually get her meds, do the iron study. She was like out and about, like in the hallway screaming. And this is like, what time is it now? This is like 7:30 in the morning. It's 8:19 right now. Okay, exciting. That's the end of my night shift. Thanks for joining, guys. Thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing. See you guys next time.